Happy New Year, happy holidays. It
Indeed.
is January already, and it's not even just like January 1. Like we're already like 4 or 5 days in. It's kind of insane depending on when this gets updated or uploaded. Of course, I'm here with my co-host,
That's
Adam
right.
Henning.
Here we are.
Adam, how was the holidays? Was it good? Everything go
Fan-
well?
well, fantastic. And, I'll talk about the elephant in the room. I felt like I had to do something on the
Oh,
microphone
I didn't
today.
even notice
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I just, not to say that, I was intimidated by your setup there, but like, yeah, I did a little bit of decorating and, TVU has an Emmy, so figured, might as well show off, the wonderful world of that.
Okay, so
Uh,
what's
but,
what's
but
your Emmy
through
from?
that, that's my gift to myself for those two things with
Okay,
the
so
setup here.
so first and foremost, what's your Emmy from?
I have quite a few. They're all
Okay,
news
well, no
related.
bragging.
Sorry, they're all tragedies. So there's that. The more positive ones would be for like outstanding news operation and that sort of thing, best newscast. But honestly, the most of them are for tragedies like Parkland,
Mm, yeah.
massive tornado outbreaks, the geez, Pulse nightclub, those sort of things.
Yeah, yeah.
That unfortunately bad news is what wins awards, and that's why it's so cool the TVU won award for engineering. We were just talking to guy in our company Eric about it, and that it was for the bonded cellular technology that we have. And if you have to pick what you win an Emmy award for, and I've always said having to walk up there, and certainly it's an honor and whatnot, but having to walk up there to accept an award when 20, 30 people are killed versus hey, look at our cool technology. I'd much rather go up there and
Yeah.
accept the award for the amazing job I've done in creating this thing that makes it possible for people to cover those things, right?
Right.
So and that's exactly, ironically, that's where those two things worlds sort of coincide, and ultimately what got me here at TVU, I suppose.
There's a nice juxtaposition of you talking about these bad, and your shirt just has bad across the top of it with this guy pointing at it. I think that's a good little,
Yeah,
a
that's
little,
not a good
little
sign.
a little good setup there.
Yeah,
I'll do
exactly.
a nice little free shameless plug. Is that an Audio Technica mic? Is that like the?
It is indeed.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is indeed.
I can tell. It's like one of the classic that live streamers and all that will kind of use as they kind of get going. So look at you. You're just a little baby live streamer, gonna be on Twitch here soon, YouTube, playing Fortnite, all that, right? We'll be losing you to your millions of
Yeah,
fans you're gonna have.
I've spent a grand total of about $375 now on this setup. So that this which is basically a dollar a view at this point. But I feel like we're just on the prefaces of blowing up, if I'm using that term.
So speaking of kind of prefaces and all of that and blowing up, a good little segue here is it's the beginning of the year. And so I kind of want us to go almost back to the beginning of TVU Networks and talk
Sure.
about who we are as a company, maybe some of our plans for 2023. I think it's no surprise that, the last kind of 2 years, the world has kind of been crazy, right? With COVID and all of that, things are really opening back up. These massive events have been started happening again. So it's really exciting for especially what we're working on and the kind of remote based or cloud based and remote production that we're really trying to work
Right.
on. I know last week, or I guess not last week, but last show we talked about the TVU one, which I have right here, right? Our bread and butter live streaming capabilities from anywhere in the field. We've been getting a lot of requests about Starlink. That this hooks up with Starlink. I don't think we hit on that last time. We had a photographer in Australia call it was game changing is what he used for this, right? And so we're trying to not only be game changing when it comes to these physical products, right? So Adam, as always, I'm going to lean on you because you've been here
Yeah.
for longer. Our SaaS based products, which we're using right now, what's the goal of them, right? We're in Party Line right now. We've talked a little bit about it in the past. I'll link the previous videos below. But what does TVU Networks want to do with these SaaS based products? It's
I mean, it's solving problems, right? It's solving problems for broadcasters and broadcasters of every sort. So whether you're a streamer or NBC News, doesn't matter. We want to solve your problems, and those solutions come out of listening, right, to the customers. And people don't necessarily know what they want, but they can explain the problem. And that's how we were born with live pack solution. People could explain easily, just like no one said, I want a DVR, right?
Hmm.
No one said, I want an iPhone, but I want a better way to record things. I want a device that acts as a computer in my hand, but is really also a phone and is portable and has full video. I mean, people can describe what they want. And so, going back 16, 17 years, the biggest issue facing broadcast of any sort was being able to go live because it was an incredibly expensive endeavor, but it was also expected, right? People had already seen, the 60s, a moon landing, right, done live. So you can do that. Why can't the fire be live on the news every day? So
Mm.
people expect that to happen as a base level expectation for a long time now. And to do that required trucks that were several $100,000, if not a million, when you get into big sat trucks and all that. And needed another way. And so that's how this was invented. And that's what actually the Emmy was for, the bonding technology that takes multiple streams of Wi-Fi or cellular or internet, any sort of internet, basically, and bonds it into one path to make a signal. So that's how the company, the strongest possible signal. So that's what the company was founded on. But as we've evolved and continue to talk to those customers and others about their problems, the problems are really ones of workflow, data management, because it's no longer trying to get, again, now table stakes live is expected, packs are expected, right? All of that, that's not the problem. How am I going to get live for not a ton of money? That's been solved for everyone, right? I mean, I can get live for free right here. So, like, that problem's completely solved. Cool, we played a part in doing that. What problems do people have now? And that all deals with the media workflow. Right.
Mm.
How am I producing it? How am I going to do an interview like this and not have tons of latency while we're talking? How do I know it's not going to drop out like the calls do with family and friends, which don't really matter when they drop out? But if I'm doing this professionally, right, really does matter. So where we are now is fully focused, obviously on the hardware is part of it, but the SaaS solutions are really where the industry is and where we're leading.
Mm.
The days of needing servers to run stuff to be able to run a master control and have $2 million worth of equipment to have a television station are over. If you want to have your own broadcast network with 20 channels, you need nothing more than the laptop I have in front of me now, and a couple grand a month for channel.
Yeah.
So, like, that's way different than needing hundreds of millions of dollars to start something. We looked years ago, a friend and I looked at a TV license that was coming up for sale in Duck, North Carolina. And
Wow.
it was up for public auction. And we gathered together some pretty serious money. And we could come up with a total of $10 million, right? And we were going to build a TV station and do this thing in Duck. And the bidding started at $10 million. Like, for the license, like that, you couldn't even get into thinking about it in Duck for $10 million. And now I can do a complete channel that reaches the entire world for nothing, literally nothing, with Channel Plus and 2 grand a month if I wanted to keep all the ads myself. So that's why we're now in
Mm.
that part side of the solutions game.
Yeah, I think you hit on a couple of things there that are critically important. A is that me and you hosted um, a North American webinar kind of about this, right? And now that same webinar is going to be done, not us. So, right, we got to give ourselves a pat on the back, right? We're the original here. It's being changed for Europe, right? And so we have the link down below. Sign up for the webinar. Again, it is you can have a 24/7 live channel for free. Get set up, rock and roll. All you have to have is the contents.
This is
And
exactly what NBC did with The Office, essentially. Like, they're taking a very successful program for one country and redoing it for hopefully greater success
yeah,
there. Now,
yep.
I'm not saying we're Steve Carell. I'm just saying that that's essentially what they're doing. The exact same presentation. So if you missed ours and want to see it done perhaps better
Yeah.
from our friends
Never.
in Europe and live, you should sign up.
Yeah, and we've already right before this call, I was fielding people reaching out, pinging us on Instagram, asking for the link. It's on our Facebook. Again, I'll put it down below. All of that. But I think that is the next stage of content creation and live streaming. It's no surprise, to people that I am a huge fan of the creator economy, how all that working. But these big websites have been messing up in some way, shape, or form. I won't get into names or anything of that, but I think it's only a matter of time before big creators of the world, these millions upon millions of followers, are going to sign up. They're going to say, you know what, I'm taking all the ads, I'm doing everything. And really, we've already seen that with Ninja, right? Ninja has no affiliation with Twitch, no sub revenue, no any of that. He just collects. He goes live everywhere from one location, and he handles it all, right? He's on every time he goes live. He's on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook,
I'm
YouTube.
so glad you picked that example because that's where and the smart broadcasters, the smart people know this that that's where it's going.
Yep.
That in the beginning, broadcasting literally was three networks, one, two, three, to literally everybody for the United States, right? Three to everyone. And then the logic as you get cable and all these other channels and proliferation of that. And now it's hundreds of channels to everyone. And cable companies, everyone made a ton of money, locking in on that. So they certainly don't want to give that up. But what ultimately is going to happen, no question about it, is one to one or
Mm-hmm.
one to many. But the days of many to many, that's done. And that's where, it's really niche content, one to one, direct on my terms. Content is exactly where everything has moved. It's just how quickly people get there.
Yeah, it's incredible to see all the products that our engineering team and our product managers and all that are putting together. But one thing I really want to hit on kind of before we close up is that if there are broadcasters watching, right, big, small, whatever it is, and you guys have pain points or you have things or you have problems, reach out and let us know. We've been in talks with some really big groups. Can't say any names yet. We're super excited to be able to start.
Editing,
Yeah,
captioning, I
editing,
mean, like
capturing,
literally, what problem do you have? It
and
can be solved.
if it's in the supply chain, we've got you, right. And that's really where me and Adam came in, and kind of why we were brought on from the news standpoint and our broadcaster experience, is because we know the pain points, right? Probably from the station we came from had more problems than the average one.
Lots of
And
pain points, including flooding.
right, I forgot about that. A station did flood, didn't it?
It did
I'm
indeed.
the one that found it too. I was like, guys, it's coming out of the walls. We had a pipe burst during oh my goodness, it was so cold, the ice and all of that. In which we just had some snow here, right? Not too long ago. But it kind of was like what, -24 wind chill in Memphis. It
Yep.
was like that cyclone bomb or whatever it is. But if you guys have pain points, whatever it is, Twitch streamers, broadcasters, all the above, right? That just reach out and let us know. But and the next time you see us, which I'm really excited about this conversation we're going to have, is we're going to be talking about what is remote production, right? We're going to dig into some of our products, some of our solutions there. So stay tuned. That'll be coming out next week as well. Adam, anything you want to say before we sign off to our lovely
No,
adoring
happy
group?
New Year. I hope as people fail through their resolutions that they watch us and see us live up to our resolution. It's really to do two a week of these. And so we'll see how we get there. Right now, we're close, but no, we want to grow what we're doing. And just excited that everyone's along for the ride.
And we've already started reaching out to people that are way cooler than us and way smarter than
Yeah.
us, and hopefully it's gonna not be just us. So we're excited about that. But as always, everyone, please subscribe, follow us on all of our social medias. But again, really the thing I want to go back to right now is this webinar that's going to be linked down below. Feel free to watch, but I really think if you're looking to kind of level up your content creation and be in charge of everything and
Yep.
just get paid for what you're already doing, it's exactly for you. But anyway, Happy New Year's and have a good one.
Bye.